Your toddler wakes up whenever they want to. Sometimes they wear PJs all day, sometimes they're dressed in a full getup. You're not sure if they brushed their teeth last night. They constantly tell you things like, I'm bored, or can we go to the park? And overall, your day is exhausting. What if you knew exactly when your little one was going to wake up? What if they got up, got themselves dressed, made their bed, and then came into your room to get you? What if they had snacks at snack time and meals at meal time, and your toddler felt fulfilled and in control of their day while you still have boundaries? Would you feel better? Routines and systems give toddlers a sense of stability. This is so important for developing minds to have, especially early on. It helps them feel safe in their environments. It lowers their stress levels. It increases their confidence, and it even makes them behave better since they feel some sense of control about what's happening in their little world. Okay, that's like great and all, but how do we actually create a routine for our toddler when our days aren't always scheduled ourselves? First off, when you establish a healthy routine for kids, they tend to better adapt to situations like moving, welcoming a new family member, or just having things like appointments and schedule shifts at the start of the school year. Okay, pause. If this process of creating a new routine takes you a while, that's totally okay. I'm not trying to add on to the million things that you have to do, but this can actually help you. So just start small. Start with one little routine, start with just like a two-step process, and slowly build on it as the year goes on. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to look nice. The idea is just to get your kids used to some consistency. So just start there. Okay, let's go back. Personally, I found that the easiest place to start with a new routine is at bedtime. Toddlers with consistent bedtimes tend to sleep better, and they tend to fight going to bed a lot less because it's something consistent, familiar, and comfortable to them. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but I found the one that my daughter took to best was a physical chart that she could view and interact with. We just used a poster board, some Velcro, and clip art to make her a little routine chart. And every night after dinner, we'll bring her chart to her and say, okay, what's next? She loves putting the pieces in place, and sometimes she'll even ask for her chart before dinner is done. Now, every kid is different, so do whatever works best in your household, but a timer might be all that you need. Some kind of color coding, a chart, a schedule, whatever works for you guys is great. I would suggest starting with something simple and super cheap or free, and then go from there. You can always buy something later on, but the easiest solution is the one that works best. The next routine that works well to establish is a morning routine. Wake up, get dressed, make the bed, go potty, brush your hair. A lot of these things are things that your toddler should be able to do by themselves or, in some capacity. Giving them some confidence and some tasks to do that they can actually do themselves will help them build even more confidence, and it just helps them feel more in control with how their day is starting. Usually that gets them off on the right foot right away. Other routines might be getting ready for daycare, getting ready to leave for school, go to lunch, nap times, play times, going on trips. Like I already said, do whatever works best for your family. I'm just going to show you some of the tools that we use and how our house is set up to give you one example of what a flexible routine looks like for us. Number one is morning and evening charts. These go in my daughter's room and they have all the steps that she can take on her own to get herself ready for the day. Each night we reset it, we put all the Velcro pieces on, and as she completes each task, she pulls it off and puts it in the little done folder. Number two is a magnetic chart. This helps my daughter communicate what she wants to do during the day, but it also helps me be in control of the choices that she has throughout the day. So she gets to go up to the chart at any point and let me know when she's ready for a snack, or if she has to go potty, or if she wants to play with toys. And now that she's 3.5, she doesn't use this chart as much as she used to, especially because she has become very good at communicating her needs. But this was a really good starting point for her to start to explain certain things to me. Kind of going along with that same thing, we got this emotion doll set from Love Every. And, if she's like crying or upset about something, I can ask her to go pick a doll and explain to me what she's feeling and why. Same kind of idea here. It puts her in control of communication, and it gives her the flexibility to have something that's a physical item and show me what she needs or wants. It's a lot easier for kids to communicate this way. And even if they are good communicators, sometimes when they're upset or overwhelmed, reverting back to this is just really easy. We still use these now and we'll probably keep using them as she gets older. Number 3 is the hatch rest alarm. Now, this is key to our routines at bedtime and morning. It is kind of an expensive alarm, and you can definitely get cheaper versions, so you don't have to buy this exact alarm, but this thing is amazing. We literally have 3 of them now. This little light and the sound machine is scheduled so that blue means it's nighttime, red means you stay in bed, and green means go. My daughter knows that if she wakes up and her light is red, she needs to go back to sleep. It's still too early. But if the light is green, that means that she can get out of bed, get herself dressed, let the dog out of the kennel, and come into our room. Number 4 is a kid-friendly timer. We use this to count down until lunch, cleanup time, nap time, really just anything that they don't typically want to do. We'll set the timer so that they have a visual representation of the time going away and they can actually prepare and plan for when that thing is going to happen. The one that we have is also from Lovevery, but you can buy one almost exactly like it from Amazon. I'll link to both down below. We also just generally have our home and our space set up in ways that make it easy for my toddler to do things on her own. We have toddler toilet seats, we have step stools around the house for her. Her clothes all live in drawers so that she can get them herself and put them away herself. The bed is low enough for her to get in and out of, and really this whole environment that we've created is just as important as the routine itself, because that's what's giving her the control and the confidence to actually do all these things on her own. Seriously, some construction paper or magnets and my toddler has a calmer day. This simple routine has also helped me to build my own morning and evening routines so that I can make sure my day runs smoothly too and kind of coincides with her routines. Our home is not always clean, the toddler is not always happy, but this process has made mornings and evenings so much less stressful on all of us, and we also all are getting much better sleep. It's also helped my daughter just develop some independence, and it was a really helpful setup when we introduced our son into the mix. It was just a much smoother transition, and it wasn't as big of a shock for her. Her little world stayed on a schedule, even with the new addition, and ever since then, it's just helped keep the chaos to a minimum. What routines are you going to try first, or do you already have some routines set up with your kids? Let me know in the description box. I would love to hear from some other families on how they've implemented a system similar to this.